So I have a confession to make. I'm already starting to get bored with my podcast. Hello everyone and welcome to The Ascent. I'm your host Steve Campbell. It is Thursday and today was a podcast day. And so what I typically do when it's a podcast day is I take the raw footage of the last recording that I had on file. Then I spend a couple hours editing it. Then I bust out my microphone and record an intro. And then I load it up into Anchor, which is a great podcasting app, and I post it to all my sites. But I'm starting to get bored with it because all of my interviews are 30 to 40 minutes long. And while I'm talking to really interesting people, it just kind of feels like I'm just doing yet another interview podcast. So it brings about the question, as a creator, what do you do when this starts to happen? Part of me wants to just adapt my strategy and look for the white space that's out there. And the other side of me just wants to keep going strong and just focus on getting really cool guests. I don't have the answer, to be honest, and it's not something I'm gonna land on today. But in the meantime, I'd really like to enlist your help. Do you listen to podcasts? Where do you listen to podcasts? Come across any great new formats lately? What's your ideal length of an interview podcast? You see, I feel like I'm onto something with The Ascent in terms of documenting people's stories and their personal journeys, but I really want to work on making them more engaging. And I know that if I'm getting bored listening to and editing them, then you guys are definitely not listening to them. It's constant movement. It's like what I do with this vlog. I'm not quick to jump ship on something. I try to be patient, but I'm not afraid to adapt my strategy either. And so with all the things that I'm trying to do right now, podcasting is kind of pretty down on the list. But I'm gonna solve this and I want you to be a part of it. Who knows, maybe I'll just get a co-host for every new episode. There's some cool stuff you can do out there. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for any feedback or help you're willing to provide, and I will see you tomorrow.